Hey family, my name is Chris, I am your home gamer dad, and today I will be starting another session of Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid, this time doing a custom theme based around Power Rangers in space. As far as what's going to be in the game, you see right here the three Rangers that I will be working with, Cassie, TJ, and Zhane. I will possibly be doing something with the other Space Rangers later, but being that this is solo mode, you only pick 3 characters to go into, so these are the 3 I chose, mainly because I've done a lot of Red already in the last few sessions that I've done, and I just really I love TJ, I love Cassie, these are great characters to play as, and I've never played as Zhane, so I figure, why not throw in a 6th Ranger, just for the heck of it. If you're already familiar about who's available in Heroes of the Grid at the point of this recording, you can probably guess the monsters and the boss that we will be going up to against today. But if not, then I'm going to keep it a secret, and once they're revealed, you can be like, ooh, and see exactly how they play out. However, as far as foot soldiers goes, I am going up against Quantrons, which are the basic foot soldier enemies that you would find in the In Space series, and then I decided to go with Super Buddies because I haven't done Super Buddies yet, and I figured, why the heck not? So there you go. Like all my other sessions, this is going to be broken up into a 3-part series, so be sure to check those out as they come out throughout the course of the next few days. Or if you're in the future and they're already available, be sure to watch them all and let me know what you think of the Power Rangers that I have chosen for this, how I've played, and all the other crazy stuff that could possibly happen throughout this entire game, because I'm just going to go recording straight through and it just gets wild and crazy as time goes on. So thank you guys so much. Be sure to subscribe to the Home Gamer Dad so you don't miss any more Power Ranger action. And I say, let's get ourselves down to the table and defend the world. Ready? Let's rock it. Cassie, Space Ranger Pink. TJ, Space Ranger Blue. Zhane, Space Ranger Silver. All right, Rangers, here we are, all set up and ready to go. I have the deployment deck all shuffled and set with the monsters and bosses in it. We have our locations, and as I mentioned in the intro, we're going up against the Quantrons and the Super Putty Patrollers. We have TJ, we have Cassie, we have Zhane. I'll go over them a little bit more a little bit later, just to show off their stuff. And then, of course, we have our 3 energy in the center here. So this way, if one of the characters, gets knocked out, we can use this in order to revive them. I'm going to go off of the actual last stand rules, which means if all 4 sections panic, then I lose all remaining energy in the center, and then I keep playing. And if it panics 4 times again, then I lose. But at least then I'll be able to go through and, try my best in order to clear that out and whatnot. But nobody else can go down from that point on because I wouldn't have any energy in it. I'm actually using the new sideboard that you can get through the Power Board upgrade kit. You get upgraded panic tokens, and then you also get an errata pad. This is all sold on the Renegade website that you can find it. Well, at least, the board itself. There's like little grooves in here, so this way you can put your figures in. If it makes anything, they sit in and they can actually sit there no problem without falling over, which is actually pretty cool. It also fits pretty well the hit tokens, which I'm going to be using regardless for the rest of this. And then also the level up system here is actually raised. So this would go on and it would kind of just lock in that way. Mind you, when I got this, my 6 fell right off. So that was not a fun thing. This is right now super glued on, so that's not going anywhere, but that's why it's like a weird ring around this, because this completely fell off the board the moment I pulled it out of the package. But hey, what can you do? Anyway, we got Cassie, we got TJ, we got Zhane. We have the once per battle token here that I have chosen to use, and they each have their energy on them right here. So that's good to go, and I'll talk about what each of them do as we go through the game. We have the Zord set up here, with 5 Zords plus the Megazord on the bottom. Our 5 action tokens, the Lead Ranger token, which are kind of bounced between all 3. Our starting energies for when we do a battle, and the panic tokens plus extra energy. Good to go. And I say with that, let's go ahead and I'll move these out of the way. We'll use them once we start actually doing battles, and let us do our first deployment. Here we go. All right, so here we go. Let's do our first flip, 1 of 5. So 2 super putties in the surf shop. So surf shop is up here. Come back here, you. So 1, 2. Just to go through numbers, just so you guys can see them. The surf shop needs 5. Angel Grove High needs 5. KO35 is 6, and the industrial district is 6. So 5, 5, 6, 6. Next flip. Ooh, 3 Quantrons in KO35. I like seeing these triples come out early because then you won't get like bum rushed by a ton of minions or foot soldiers later on in the game. Flip number 3 are 2 Quantrons at the surf spot. Uh-oh, that's 1 away from being panicked. Oh boy, we're already getting there. Oh boy. Number 4, a single Quantron at Angel Grove High. I'm not a fan of that, only because I like seeing the singles much later in the game, but hey, you know, luck of the draw and whatnot. And our final flip are 2 super putties at the industrial district. So these guys are pretty well spread out here. I prefer it in the beginning if they're all kind of bunched together, so this way I can take them out better. But I'm pretty sure what I'm going to do in this situation is we're going to go to the surf spot first, because at least that's only 4 we have to get rid of and clear that out completely, and then jump on over here to KO35 to get these 3. That'll get us a Zord. That'll clear out 2 spaces with only 3 other enemies on it. Yep, that sounds fun. Let's go ahead and do that after I clean up this area. All right, so let's just go ahead and use our first action here to move. So all 3 Space Rangers are going to move up to the surf spot. Remember, in solo mode, your Rangers will all move together. And with that said, we have the 4 here against the 3. So now these energy tokens are pretty much going to hang here forever. I do want to quickly point out the Megaship really quickly. Now, in solo mode, you cannot use the special ability that the Megaship does. But for those that are curious, when you move to the Megaship, so if anybody was out here and they moved in, you automatically get a free refresh. So you don't even have to flip a token. Or a recover, I should say. You get a free recover when you move in here. But in addition to that, when you perform a recover action inside the Astro Megaship, which is what you do when you get it for free, you can strategize, which is you can choose 1 Ranger in any location. That Ranger may draw up to 3 cards and choose an equal number of cards from their hands and place them on top of their deck. So it's not really refreshing another Ranger, but if they have better things in their hand compared to what's in their deck for like defense or something along that ways, they can do a quick swap out that way by strategizing. A lot of the Space Rangers have a similar card like TJ does and everything. We may actually see that in this round. I hope so, because that's a really good card. And I think before we go ahead and begin this battle, why don't we go ahead and do our opening set of cards. So, going to draw 1 from Zhane, telekinesis. Not really good at this time of the game because, oh my god, I draw 2 telekinesis from him. Come on. All right, well, no more from Zhane. All right, strategic defense. I like that card. That's a great card to have. So I have 3 cards in my hand that activate at the start of battle, but unfortunately, telekinesis doesn't matter because they're part of pulling from your discard pile. Oh boy. All right, so strategic defense, cosmic sleeve, that's good. Let's get 2 from Cassie. Astro Blaster, oh boy, and Orbital Dropkick. During the next Ranger turn this battle, okay, so it's an attack card. I need another attack, but because I had 2 telekinesis here, I feel that Zhane, Silverizer Blast. Play this card during any Ranger gain. Okay, all right, so maybe I'll be able to use this, maybe I won't. I'm not too sure, but that's our opening hand. Maybe I should have thought this better and went somewhere else. But regardless of anything, that's our hand. We're going to go ahead and flip this one, and we are going to go and begin our battle right here in the surf shop. All right, here we go. All right, here we are, battle 1. We have ourselves 2 Quantrons and 2 Super Buddies. I think for the sake of in space, let's go ahead and do the Quantrons first. So we've got the Quantron deck right here. I'm going to do that a quick shuffle. I actually quite forget what's in this. I know like 1 or 2 cards off the top of my head, but a lot of this is still kind of, I forget a lot of the Quantrons. So first we have priority target, deal 3 damage to the lead ranger. I have to set that first, but I'll set that in a moment. I already know who's going to be the lead ranger anyway, so it's all right. Number 2, this is one I remember. Phalanx Formation, guard passive. Drain 1 energy when this card resolves. This card's health, all right, drain 1 energy when this card resolves. This card health is equal to the number of foot soldiers in the location. So this health is right now a 4. Yeah, that I remembered. And now we have ourselves a set of Super Putty Patrollers. First is Putty Pummel, deal 3 damage. That's fine. Second one is another Putty Pummel. Putty Pummel. Oh boy, it's starting strong now, aren't we? So as I mentioned before, I'm actually going to make TJ the leader on this one. He'll probably be the general leader throughout the whole game, but for right now, I like him that way just because he's good like that. Anyway, we have Cassie's ability, TJ's, which we may use. I feel like I'm going to be using Silver Charm soon anyway, so let's see what we got in our hand and go from there. All right, so here's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to do Strategic Defense from TJ. Reaction, play this card at the start of battle, gain 1 energy. Each ranger may look at the top 2 cards of their deck and put them back in any order. First things first, we're going to go over here to Zhane, and we're actually going to activate his ability immediately, which is once per battle. When you gain any amount of energy, increase that by 1. So that means not only are we gaining the 1 energy from TJ's card, but we're getting an additional energy from Zhane. So now we have 4 in the pot already before we even begin. And I actually think I'm going to go right for the Silverizer Blast immediately because it's a reaction card that's reacting to us gaining energy. Play this card after any ranger gains energy. Deal an amount of damage to an enemy card of your choice equal to the amount of energy spent to play this card. This will bypass guard because it's technically not an attack. It's a reaction coming from it. And I think I'm going to actually spend these 3 energy right here. 1, 2, 3 to knock out priority target, just because it's the first one going, and I might be able to knock out Phalanx Formation easier because then that'll reduce its health to 3. So I'm going to go boom, 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 3 on this. So that immediately flips over. One of these Quantrons is, again, immediately removed from the board. And before we even take the first turn, we've already destroyed an enemy. That is fantastic. These 3 energy can go back to the pool. And we have 1 left. And we're still working on TJ's first card. So anyway, the rest of his card reads, each ranger may look at the top 2 cards of their deck and put them back in any order. Let's start with TJ. All right, so these are his 2 cards. We have the Astro Axe and Precision Tactics. A ranger of your choice may immediately play 1 card. I'm actually going to put them back in this order just so I have a 3 shield blocker for an enemy attack. Top 2 cards for Cassie. There we go. That's what I was hoping for. Special defense. Gaining an energy or add a shield to this. I mean, I'd rather just gain the energy if need be. So we'll put those back just like that. And now we have Zhane, Silver Strike, and Argent Charge. Choose it. This doesn't really mean anything. Just it'll give me an idea of what I'm going to be drawing next turn. It's fine. I'll just leave them that way. That's fine. Okay, so now that these are done, we have, finally did our opening turn. I mean, it's still technically the start of the battle. We haven't done anything yet. Can I activate I don't even want to activate telekinesis yet. I'll wait till the next turn. That's fine. So now it is officially the Rangers' first turn in battle. So that means I get to go ahead and do something. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to play Orbital Dropkick, which is a maneuver. During the Rangers' next turn this battle, instead of playing a card, I can perform a 3-dice attack that deals 1 damage to each enemy adjacent card. So this is a setup card for the next round. So now the Rangers go, the Quantrons go, we go again, and Orbital Dropkick triggers. Before we begin, I just kind of want to show off the silver dice here. I'm not a big fan of how these silver dice were made. It's very hard to see the hit symbols in them. Even like, it must be very hard for you guys to see it. So I'll read off whatever is there. But it's like, that's a 1, that's 2, and then that's the miss. So I'm going to, might not use these as much as I would like to, but I just kind of want to show them off for now. Because they will probably be rolled at some point in the game. Because I like using the dice based off of the color of Ranger. So that's why I'll be using these pink dice in order for Cassie to do her orbital dropkick. We will be going after the Phalanx Formation here. Hopefully we'll get 3 damage off of 3 dice because that seems to be the average that it goes with. So 1, 2, 3, get 'em. There it is. Woo, yeah. 3 damage exactly. We beat the Phalanx Formation because that had 3 health. Boom. And that means this Quantron is gone. So at any point, this would actually have only 1 health to it. And the way that the Phalanx Formation works is if you put hit tokens on it earlier in the game and you knock down enough foot soldiers, if the hit tokens ever equal the foot soldier amount, then it's automatically defeated. So it's a fancy way of getting rid of it later, but I just went ahead and knocked it out that way, and now we're just down to the 2 super putties. All right, so this can go into the discard pile. We can put a hit token onto this side here. So now we have, let's see, what did we do? We did this here, so now the Quantrons go here, and we go again. The problem is I don't really have that many attack. I have 2 attack cards. I mean, reaction. I mean, the Astro Blaster kind of is an attack, but that would just kind of siphon all of my energy, and I really don't want to do that. I'm going to go ahead. Oh, man. Yeah, all right. I'm going to try to go for the Cosmic Cleave and see what that does. I'll probably go after this one here. Maybe I'll go after this one. Yeah, look, let's go ahead and do the Cosmic Cleave. That'll be 1 energy that I can pull from the pool right here. So that's fine. And then TJ gets 2 dice in order to be able to hit it. Now, I could use a special ability in order to remove these 2 dice from the attack in order to do 2 guaranteed damage, but it's a 3 health card, so I'd rather just take the chance and do 2 damage to it anyway. Oh, well, it is what it is. Here we go, bloop, bloop. And then the Putty Pummel goes, in which case it's going to attack TJ. So with TJ, I already know what this is. It is a 3 shield. It's his Astro Axe. It does go to his discard pile, but that's all it is. I chose to do that instead of Cassie's, because I needed to block the 3 damage. So then this is gone, and unfortunately, based on what I have left, I'm going to go ahead and play this card to allow any ranger to ignore the guard keyword when choosing a target for an attack. Unfortunately, I don't even have an attack. I don't have an additional attack for anything. I should have played this in conjunction with, but I would have spent another energy. All right, yep, that's pretty much that. So Putty Pummel is going to go. I'm going to... Man, all right, I'll have Cassie take it. This did not work out as well as I was hoping it would. Top card is the Cosmic Kick. I'm going to choose to add another shield to that, so that's 2 damage from this that she will be taking. So then 1 more damage. All right, Sweep and Strike, as I figured, goes to the bottom of her deck. Ah, man. So that's pretty much it for that. Unfortunately, this did not work out nearly as well as I was hoping to, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset this, and then we're going to stay here and finish the job. Yep, so we're going to go ahead and flip this over to initiate another battle with these 2 super buddies right here. I have already pulled those other things, so we're going to shuffle, and we'll do Swarm Attack. Deal 1 damage, increases by 1 for each foot soldier in this area, so this is a 3 damage attack. And then Regrowth. Oh god, deploy 1 super putty patroller in this location. Oh, you gotta go away. All right, let's draw back up. Man, there's some pretty crappy stuff here. So let's go ahead and, oh, before I do that, I'm gonna put this back onto Zhane because we'll be able to use that again. Let's do TJ, Precision Tactics. Ranger of your choice may immediately play 1 card. If that card's intact, may remove any number of dice. Okay, cool. Let's also go with TJ again. Astro Blaster, all right. Cassie, Orbital Dropkick, as I knew it was. And, man, God, Zhane, let's go. Okay, Argent Charge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to immediately use both telekinesis cards before we do anything else. And it's basically, play this card at the start of a battle. Any ranger may take the top card from their discard pile and place it in their hands. The top card for Cassie happens to be the Cosmic Kick, which we use in order for defense. And the top card for TJ is the Cosmic Cleave, which is we used to attempt to try to defeat that guy, but it didn't really work. So at least these go to our hands. And TJ is going to stay as the lead ranger for this. So there we go. Okay, that's a little bit better. We got a 3 and a 2 in order to be able to knock these guys out. So here we go. I'm actually going to use both energy. I'm going to play the Argent Charge, and I'm going to play it in conjunction with the, we'll use TJ's Astro Blaster. So basically this is going to cost me 1 energy. So I'll take the 1 out of the pool there. I then gain 2 energy, but I'm going to use 1 energy here from the Astro Blaster in order to add at least 1 attack damage to this guarantee. So this would go away, but I would gain 2 back from Argent Charge. So I'm doing 2 dice plus 1 damage, and I'm going after the Swarm Attack. I'm then going to also use TJ's level-headed ability. Once per battle, when any ranger performs an attack, they remove up to 2 dice before rolling and add that much damage. So I do 1 guaranteed damage from the Astro Blaster. I have 2 dice that I'm removing from this to do 2 damage to make a 3 damage attack against the swarm attack. No rolling required. Super Putty defeated. Let's plop this guy right here. Boom. And go on to the next one. So let's put these in the discard piles. And this is pretty much what's going to happen. Precision Tactics, a ranger of your choice. So this guy goes. Nothing. We go. Ranger of your choice may immediately play one card. If that card is an attack, they remove any number of dice before rolling and add that much damage to the attack, which means down goes Cosmic Kick, which has 2 dice in it. I'm going to remove both of those dice to do guaranteed 2 damage to regrow, thus beating that as well. So that was much smoother and way better of a round than the last one. You can go away, sir. And of course, thank you, TJ, for enabling me to just roll nothing and destroy everything. Let's go ahead and pop this here, and then we will go back to the main board. What stinks is that we're going through our hands of cards really quickly, or at least our decks anyway, but at the very least, we do have 2 more action tokens that we can take, so we'll use 1 in order to be able to move our heroes down to KO 35, and then from there, we're going to go ahead and trigger that one as well, because I would like to defeat these 3 Quantrons before the end of this round. This will earn us a Zord, which is great, and then also 1 towards another one, and then clear out this section. Really wish I had that extra for a recharge, but it is what it is. Let's see how these guys handle. All right, 3-on-3 for these guys almost doesn't seem fair, but let's actually see what they're going to be doing and then what we actually draw into our hands. So, 3 Quantrons. First one is priority target, deal 3 damage to the lead ranger, which, by the way, before I go into that, I'm going to move that up to Cassie this time. I'm going to make her the lead ranger. All right, next one is Phalanx Formation again, and then finally we have another priority target. All right, so they're going after the lead ranger quite a bit, and Phalanx Formation right now is a 3 health card. So 3, 3, 3 across the board. Let's see what TJ can do about that. All right, let's go ahead and draw up our cards. First, I'm going to grab from TJ, Precision Tactics. Ranger of your choice, maybe this is the one where you choose the card and they just don't roll dice and they just do direct damage. The next we have Silver Strike from Zhane right here. All right, there's 3 in the pool. This will come back to your hand instead of discarding it. I guess that's okay. I got to figure out how to get rid of these things faster. And then Silverizer Slash. Okay, instead of choosing a target, this attack deals full damage to a number of enemies equal to the amount of energy spent. We have each have an energy. We have 2 energy in the side. I think I may be able to kill all 3 at once. Yeah, hold on a minute. All right, so we have the Silverizer Slash in conjunction with the Astro Blaster. What I'm going to first do, and this is going to cost a lot of energy, so let's just prepare for this. First thing first, I'm going to be spending 3 energy. So we get 2 from the pool being spent, and Zane's going to spend his 1. So that means I'm going to be able to target 1, 2, 3 enemies right here in order to hit them all with the attack. In addition to that, I'm going to be spending an energy for the Astro Blaster, and I'll have Cassie do it because it's her Astro Blaster. Why not? And basically that means that now I can ignore the guard keyword, which has to apply to this because it is an attack. The guard would block the priority target from crossing over, but the Astro Blaster completely negates that. And then because I paid the energy, I am dealing an additional damage. So it's 2 dice plus 1 damage. But wait, there's more. I'm going to use TJ's ability to remove the 2 dice from this attack in order to be able to do a 3 guaranteed hit damage to 1, 2, 3. That means all 3 of these guys are beaten all at once. Holy jeez, that is the amazing power of Zhane and his Silverizer Slash. It's like, blah, 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 knocked all 3 of them out. So you 3 are completely gone. I really only spent these 2 cards, so that is great. And that also means we have filled up the Zords, so these can all go. We add a third, so I'm going to leave that there, and we will go up to level 1 and reveal. Psh, Mega V3. Okay. Exhaust this card when any ranger performs an attack. After rolling, that ranger may remove 1 die to add 2 guaranteed damage to the attack. Sure, I'll take complete direct damage. That's what I've been doing so far, and you know what? I'll keep that up. That's great. Definitely going to add that. Not that it really matters. I would always add it anyway, but hey, sounds good to me. All right, so let's clean up this, and that actually went a lot faster than I thought. Let's head back to the main board. Again, sadly, I used up all of my energy in order to be able to take down all of the enemies from the surf spot. If I had that 1 extra health, or 1 extra action, I would have absolutely used that and recharged probably Cassie and Zhane, because neither of them, actually you can go back right here, TJ, because neither of them have their energy on them. So that would have probably been the better thing. Maybe I might do that at the beginning of the next round. I'm not really too sure, but regardless of anything, we don't need to use Mega V3 because it doesn't really do anything outside of battle. So yeah, that's just kind of sits in reserve until we're ready to fight. Can't do anything else. So let's just go ahead on to round 2, reset all of our tokens, and do our next deployment. I know there's going to be a monster in here, so here we go. First deployment, 2 super buddies in the surf spot. Come on, I just cleared that out. Get away. Whoops, come back here. There we go. So they're back. I'm going to put them at the table. Where's my pizza? Next one is going to be 2 Quantrons and the monster, Ecliptor. Many of you may remember Ecliptor as like probably the main villain other than Astronema from In Space. So of course he is part of it. He is actually, I believe, found in the villain pack number 4. Him and Astronema are both found in there. So that's where you'd be able to find him in order to be able to bring him to your In Space game. Anywho, 2 Quantrons and Ecliptor go to the high school. So there's already 1 Quantron here. So now we have 1, 2, and here is Ecliptor leading his band of evil guys there. I will get a panic token on this in a minute, but for right now, there we go. Let's keep going on. I'm actually going to remove him because he doesn't need to be there anymore, but instead we're going to go ahead with the next one. 1 Super Putty at KO 35. So that just drops right here with us. I may just leave this guy because unless there's more that happen to go here, then I don't really need to be here. I can figure out something else. All right, number 4, 3 Quantrons at KO 35. Uh-oh, maybe I won't be leaving here right away. Because now we have 4 enemies here that could really cause a lot of trouble. Oh boy. And the final one are 2 Quantrons in the Industrial District. These guys are really swarming, which means the Super Putties are just going to go ahead and go crazy over the next round or 2. So I need to start clearing things out quickly. I think maybe what I am going to do is I'll probably stay here in order to finish this out and then move and fight that. So hopefully I can beat this in 1 and then move for 2. And then I have 3, 4, 5 in order to defeat them. So a refresh, a battle, or maybe 2 battles, and then I get an extra token. I don't know. I have to stay here and fight these guys. I have to. Before I even do that, I'm going to have to refresh. I need to refresh in order to be able to gain something back. So I'm going to go ahead and do the 6 shields for Cassie, and I'm going to do the 6 shields for Zhane, and hopefully get some good stuff back in my deck. Unfortunately, Cassie doesn't have 6 shields worth of cards in her deck, so we're going to go ahead with TJ. I have Strategic Defense, Astro Axe, and the Astro Blaster going back into his deck. He already has the energy, so that stinks. But at least Zhane will be able to get his energy back, and then these can go into his deck and hopefully help him out along the way. All right, we flip over our token. I'm going to actually make TJ the lead ranger for this one. And we have 2 energy into the pool, so at least we have 1, 2, 3, 4 to work with. And we have 3 Quantrons and 1 Super Putty. I'm going to drop the Super Putty first, and then the Quantrons. All right, Super Putty card happens to be a Putty Pummel, so only 3 damage. That I can deal with. Quantrons, however, are becoming a lot more annoying because they seem to only be the same things over and over again. So, number 1, Q-Blades, 2 damage, 2 damage. So it's just 2 damage twice. Another Q-Blades, actually this is going to work out very well. And Cyber Slash, fast, so it's actually going to go in the front here. Deal 3 damage unless a ranger discards 1 card from their hand to prevent it. Interesting. Well, let's get some cards in our hand, see what we can do. Let's grab Cassie first, because she actually has a lot more in her deck than I think. All right, Satellite Stunner. Choose up to 2 soldiers, 1 monster, 1 boss. Hit tokens until they have 1 left. All right, so that should be interesting in order to knock out a bunch of health, but not enough to destroy an enemy. Let's do Zhane. Total Confidence. Any ranger may play 1 attack card. If that attack defeats the target, gain 2 energy. I don't really have many attacks, and I only get 1 more draw, so let's see. I'm gonna go with TJ. TJ has, okay, Buster Rifle, special attack, very cool. I like this one. I'm actually gonna start before the Cyber Slash goes off. I'm gonna use Cassie's ability. Once per battle, any ranger may discard the top card of their deck, then choose 1 card from their discard pile and place it on top of their deck. So we're going to go ahead and remove that. We're going to take the top card from her deck, which happens to be Comic Kick. So that'll go to the discard pile. And unfortunately, there's really nothing really good, but I am going to take this Comic Kick and put it back on top because I have plan at least for gaining some energy back. Now the Cyber Slash goes, dealing 3 damage to the Rangers unless someone can discard something to prevent it. I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. So first things first, Cassie's going to go. I get to, because I revealed this for defense, I can either add 1 energy or I can add 1 shield to this card. I'm going to add an energy to the pool, which then also means I can use Zhane's ability to gain an additional energy. So I now have 4 energy in the pool right here that I think I can do some pretty good stuff with in order to defeat all these guys. Still got 2 more health here in order for Cassie to deal with. Sweeping Strike, perfect, goes to the bottom. We have survived. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the Silver Strike ability, and I'm going to go after the Q-Blades here. The Silver Strike ability says if there's at least 3 energy in the pool, that'll come back to my hand. So it does 2 dice attack. I'm going to go after this 2 health guy here because I'm going to go ahead and, of course, use TJ's ability here to do 2 guaranteed damage. So I'm going to knock this down for 2. Like so, this Quantron is defeated, and this actually comes back to my hand instead of goes to the discard pile. And we get to put a token here, thus increasing our chance for the next Zord. Unfortunately, the Putty Pummel goes next, so it does 3 damage. I think I'm going to go and get Zhane. Zhane will take that. All right, Zhane, what do you got? You got a lot here, so here we go. Ha! All right, 1, 2, unfortunately. And then we have, oh, God, a 1. All right, that's 3 damage. Ugh. But at least the Rangers go here and here. And then we're just going to kind of do the Precision Tactics and Silver Strike combo here. So I get to immediately play 1 card. If that card is in an attack, they can remove any number of dice in order to deal that much damage. Silver Strike right here will go back to my hand because there is more than 3 energy in the pool. And it will do 2 damage directly to this Q-Blades. Of course, immediately destroying it. So this would go to the discard, this would go back to my hand, and this guy would crumble and cry. And then, of course, we get another one here. Hurrah! And the Quantrons would go. And now we have another turn in order to be able... We have 2 turns, actually, in order to defeat these 2 cards. I'm hoping to at least destroy 1 of them before we finish up here. I'm going to take a chance, and I'm going to use the Buster Rifle. Reveal the top card of your deck, so it'd be only TJ's deck. This attack deals the amount of damage equal to the number of shields on that card. I don't see many 3 shield cards. I only have 1 in my hand, so here's hoping that this is a... Oh, it's the Astro Axe! Yes, that is sweet! Oh my god, that's great, that's great, that's great, that's great. So that means I did 3 damage. I did it to the Putty Pummel. Boom, you go away. So yeah, you're gone, Mr. Putty. Get another one here, which is great. This goes to the discard pile, and now these go, and we have 1 more turn right over here in order to see if we can do 3 damage to this guy. And to give that a shot, I'm going to go ahead and do the Silver Strike using Zhane's ability. This will come back to my hand after I roll the dice. Probably am not going to do it, but hey, you never know. All right, so we got Zhane's crazy gray dice here, which are supposed to be silver, so let's see what he does. Absolutely nothing, which is fine. Kind of figured that was going to happen. I mean, how rare would it be to actually have hit 3 on that? But at least this comes back to my hand. You're the only one here. I think we're going to be good with KO35 for now. We should definitely move to Angel Grove High. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to click this, and we're going to move over there, and we will determine what order I want to do things in once I get over there.